Warning: use of rebuildable atomizers can be dangerous. No one involved with the making of this video will be held liable for any damages that may occur during the use of any build. Please understand the limit of your battery, device, and atomizer. Stay within the limits and leave yourself a safety margin. Building too low may harm some devices, atomizers, or batteries. Attempt at your own risk.
What you want. Okay, so this is going to be a quick review. As y'all saw, I did the $100 cloud chasing setup. Talked about the products there. I've had a little bit of time with them, so I'm going to go through and do reviews on the independent pieces. I'm going to start out with this thing. Okay, this is the 9 airflow control holes rebuildable atomizer from CigABuy. Last time I'm going to call it that. On the box it says the Mutation X version 2 clone. There is a reason I picked this atomizer to go with that first setup. It is absolutely amazing. However, it is not a one-to-one. Some people were asking me why I went with a clone of a China Addy. It is not a one-for-one. This is actually different than the Mutation version 2. It has some parts I like better, has some parts I like worse. So let's break it apart, start talking about it. First off, the drip tip on this. The authentic Mutation version 2, the drip tip from that will fit inside of this one. This is a much larger airflow. Doesn't need a chuff enough cap. It's pretty much chuffed out. The airflow adjustment works the same. The wells are just as deep. Next major point we come across is on the inside, instead of having those triangle tie downs, this takes Phillips screws and it holds much more securely, in my opinion, than the authentic Mutation version 2. So those are features about it I like. Features about it I do not like. The pin on the 510 is much higher up. It sets as high as the zenith pin. So if you're not using something with an adjustable screw for that positive pin, it may have problems getting connection. Also on the outside, this is an aluminum body carrier. That's a pro and a con. I have it on my authentic stainless steel vanilla. You can definitely see there's a coloring different. It makes the mod very bottom heavy. That's a personal preference thing. Some people like aluminum, some don't. I'm making you aware of it. Overall, this is a cloud chasing Addy. It's not a flavor Addy. You can shut down the holes. So right now I'm running it with all 9 open on each side. As I twist it, you see I close off 3 at a time. That's kind of an interesting feature. So I can actually make it a fairly tight trawl. That's only half of the 3 on the first open, so you can mouth the lung off of it. It is possible. But let's face it, if you're buying this Addy, you're probably going to run it most, if not all, the way open. It does not have a reduced cap on it. And you got pretty much a flat cap there with that massive drip tip going into it. The flavor's okay for a cloud chasing Addy. It's a cloud chasing Addy. It is not a flavor Addy. Flavor Addy, I have a review of the Freak Show up. Go check that out if you're looking for a flavor Addy. This, however, if you're looking just to put out massive clouds, this could be a contender. And if you don't want to deal with the chuff enough, you may want to look at the clone. Let's get down to the price on it. It's $9.39. And again, you can see the purpose of this Addy is nothing more than to put out clouds. Now, what juice am I running in this? Since I'm starting to talk about juice in my device reviews, I'm running through AudioFog Reverb. Now, when I sit down and I start vaping, I try not to look at the flavor profiles if a vendor sent it to me to try out, so that I come up in my own mind with what it tastes like. When I started vaping this, I'm like, I'm getting kind of a artificial strawberry and a little bit of waxy taste. I hope they don't say it's a ripe strawberry. So I I vape it down, and I'm like, this is really good. The sweetness is balanced. It's got that waxy taste that I actually kind of like. It's not chemically, it's just waxy. What it reminds me of is Twizzlers used to have these things called Twizzlers tear aparts, and it had like 6 ropes twisted around like a Twizzler, and they tasted like a strawberry gummy candy. That's what this tastes like, and gladly enough, when I look at the flavor profile, it is a strawberry fruit chew. This particular one happens to be in 3 milligram, and it's max VG. As you see, I'm getting good clouds out of it. Great taste. I vaped down almost an entire 120, so definitely worth checking out. This comes from RockyTopVapor.com. RockyTopVapor.com.
What you want?